so I was born in China and then I moved to the US when I was very, very young, 2 years old. So I don't really remember anything from before I was 2. But all my musical training was here in the States, and it's been great. My mom was my first piano teacher. She's really amazing at teaching.
Really?
Really.
How long did you study with her?
So with her, I mean, she started me, and it was not forced. Like really, I asked her myself. But she started me, and then she didn't want to be both my mom and teacher. That's not something she ever wanted. But she wanted me to learn music and see how it goes. And because I'm also 4th generation, so music, pianos have always been in my house, Yamahas, everything. So I just kind of grew up with it. She played Chopin when I was, not even born yet.
Oh, really?
And so I've been listening to Chopin all my life and more.
Wow.
But so what happened was she was very good. She knew, how to set a really good foundation, really good technique, musical as well. And so she gave me to another teacher, but everything I used pedagogically was she gave to the teacher. So
really?
I was really able to have a really good foundation and kind of grow from there. And so I really think she's the one who helped me be able to reach this really top level, because she's seen it all. She's taught her whole life and very experienced. So I owe her everything.
Does she give you some advice still, or?
So she really doesn't much anymore.
Okay.
She just says, she actually told me when she was here in Poland, now she just enjoys my music. And that's great for me to hear, right? Because she's done so much for me, but she never forced me to practice, never. I mean, because she's a musician herself, so she knows how hard it is to be a musician. It's like, if there's something else I really want to do or whatever, she's totally fine with it. I think that's you have to let the person choose. And I mean, I really wanted to do music, but she never forced me. So now she just enjoys and doesn't. Yeah, I think also when I'm practicing, that's when I take a lot of risks. I like to bring out different colors, different timing, different voicing. So the practice room is very exciting, right? Because you can make all the creations you want and pick ones that you really want on stage. But it should be a place without judgment, a place where you can be creative and really be an artist. So I thank her for knowing all of that. Period instruments have been a part of my life for a long time, about 10 years or so. So it's been such a journey. I think I really want more people to hear Mozart the way he heard, hear Chopin the way he heard on his pianos. The Steinway, Yamaha, they're modern inventions, sort of. So, these pianos never existed. We're just all playing transcriptions on the modern piano. When we play Czerny, when we play Kramer, I mean, everything. They didn't have these instruments. Bach. So it's been really what a journey. I mean, to have these instruments in America is I'm actually finding out we have a lot of resources in America for these instruments, and I didn't really know, right, until you come out into the world and see. But I guess I'm very lucky that I'm able to practice through a private collection and also many universities and centers for historical keyboard instruments. And it just kind of started, and then I was booked to do more and more concerts on these instruments.
Really?
And going to record CDs, lots of exciting projects in the future. So I think it's maybe becoming more, but obviously probably the ratio of modern to historical is still so big. There's not that many compared to how many modern pianos you see. So not many people have access, which is why for me, I think something I want to do to give back to the world is to record a lot of pieces, whether, some popular famous ones, Moonlight Sonata, Appassionata, pieces everybody knows, as well as pieces not many people know, because just hearing, let's say, Fantasy Impromptu in a new way, I've performed it, recorded it. I mean, people tell me it's like hearing it for the first time, hearing it for the very first time. And that's shocking, right? Because these recordings, the sounds, the soul of these instruments should be widely available, but they're not. So I think that's really why I came to this competition, because I think it will give me, I'm so passionate about these instruments, I'm addicted to playing them, I play them every day. But having this international platform will allow me to share my mission and my supporters' missions to the whole world, actually. So. I've had a lot of concerts, so I played almost like multiple concerts a week. Some especially over the summer on modern, a lot of big chamber music concerts, solo. So I go back and forth like all the time, but also that's my everyday. I go back and forth every day, anyways. So it's like, eating main course and then dessert, main course, dessert, and you just go back and forth. But one analogy I really like to say to my students and to just audience members is playing modern piano is like playing tennis, and then playing forte piano, especially Viennese action, is like playing ping pong. Like literally, it's like that. It's literally like that. And so I'm just going between tennis and ping pong every day. And yeah, I think for some people it's very difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's very different,
yes.
Especially if you want to play everything at a high level, especially Mozart, so many details. It's Haydn, Beethoven. It's really difficult to go from something very big to this. But I have to say, I really have to thank a lot of my teachers. Robert Levin has been somebody who's really helped me. I've worked with him like for so long.
Oh, really?
And he's been such a great mentor for me in terms of classical rep, but also he does everything.
Yeah, he does
so well.
He knows me.
He knows. He's an encyclopedia.
Yes.
And huge inspiration for me. So I've just learned a lot, and then I just do it on my own and just figure stuff out. I mean, one of the best things he ever taught me was it's really up to us to figure things out. He didn't have a teacher after he was since he was a teenager. He figured out everything on his own.
Oh, yes.
And I really think that's what I did with these instruments. That's what I did. Obviously you have so much support from teachers, but then you have to do it. You have to do the rest of it if you really want to say something special with the music. So, yeah. Yes, yeah, I think historical instruments more different. You know, playels have
Yeah.
more nuanced colors, Erards kind of one palette, but still very beautiful. Light action, Viennese, we all know. But you know, even I tell my students and also again audience members, there are differences for modern instruments. I mean, I'm a Yamaha Bosendorfer artist.
Oh, I see.
But of course, most of the concerts I play on, just because in America, most places have Steinways still. I play on Steinways, like still, you know, all the time. But there's a clear difference. I
あと
mean,
スタイル、ニューヨークスタイル、ハムブルクスタイル。
yes, that's also different. But I think, you know, what I tell people is on a Yamaha CFX, I feel like it's like a playel. The closest.
Okay.
On a CFX, I really feel that I have all the colors in the world. I actually start with a blank canvas as if I'm a painter. They don't give me any color. I have to find the color.
Right here.
Yes.
Everything
And
here.
anything that's in here, I can find it on the Yamaha. I can find all the colors in the world on the Yamaha. And then I'm able to create something really new and spontaneous. On Steinways, usually it's like Erard, so there's one color, they give you all the colors, and you make something beautiful out of it. For mostly New York Steinways. Hamburg's a little different. Bosendorfer are different too.
Yeah.
And but I'm actually a huge piano nerd. I love just comparing
to-
all the pianos.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very fascinating, right?
Yes. Very.
Yes. Good luck for your future, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.